My name is Sam Munson, and I tell stories. I've told many stories in my day, but there's one story in particular that is stronger than the rest. I remember it like it was yesterday. The Depression had hit the small town of Townsville. That's right, a huge rock had fallen from the sky and crashed into the railroad, cutting off all outside resources that the town thrived on. The town did what they could to rid themselves of the Depression, but it was no use. No man or thing could make it budge. The town decided to have a town meeting to discuss their plan of action. Everyone in the town showed up.
Sweet Gallagher's, there's nothing we can do. And I'm sorry, Prospector, but I don't believe even an army of helpful moles could dig out the Depression.
Huh?
Having trouble with Depression, are we?
Edgar Buckley, former school bully and son of old tycoon Buckley, Edgar Buckley!
I wonder if those big construction machines in my backyard could help.
Huh?
What was that, Buckley?
That's right. I have the technology necessary to move the Depression and save the town.
Well, that's gee golly great, Mayor Finley. We could get our town back to good times.
Yeah, Mayor Finley, this is the only way.
Huh. All right, Buckley, listen here. You think you can come into my town with your cowboy hats and your belt buckles and your cowboy boots and your Fu Manchu mustaches and tell me what to do? Well, you can. What do I owe you?
Well, it's real simple, Mayor. You owe me the town.
No, sir. No deal. I cannot just sign away this town to you. You're gonna tear it down for your casino.
Then I suppose my business here is done.
No, wait, hey, Finley. You can't let him go. He's the only way out of this mess.
Yes, sir. My family's starving on account of the Depression. Meanwhile, Mr. Buckley here, he says he can put food on my family's table.
Yeah.
Buckley!
Okay. I see I have no choice. But
Now, wait a minute, just wait a minute. I can't believe I didn't think of this before. By George!
What? George who?
Why, George Strong Bailey, of course. He's strong, you've all seen it. He can lift anything. Yeah, but can he lift the Depression?
I don't really know if he can.
Well, sure he can. Man, you've got to give George a chance. Sam Munson, Daily Gazette.
Yeah, I know he can, Mayor Finley.
Wait, you...
Ow!
Hey, what are you, cuckoo for Loca Puffs, Munson? We can't wait any longer. Buckley's our hero now.
Hooray for Buckley!
I couldn't get through to them. They didn't believe in George Strong Bailey anymore, and Buckley had an answer to their plight.
I'm sorry, Munson. I really am. It's our only hope. And I have to give the town what they want.
Fiddlesticks. I've got to find George myself then. Operator, give me Bailey. George Strong Bailey. On the double.
For many years, George Strong Bailey was Townsville's hero, a man of unprecedented strength. George shined in every endeavor that he set his sights upon. Then, in the summer of 19... George saved little out-of-towner Sally Sue from dire peril, falling in love with her the moment he laid his eyes upon her.
Listen up, Townsville. I'd like to say that I love this dame, and I'm going to marry her, too.
Hit it, Bo!
His name was George Strong Bailey, and he's here to say he can save our town. He can save the day!
The only problem was, she was already engaged to oil tycoon Edgar Buckley. When George heard this, he was heartbroken. Not literally, of course, he was too strong.
I'm sorry, Georgie. I meant to tell you. I really did.
After that, George went into seclusion, and the town was left without its hero and its hope. However, I knew that George was still capable of being the hero that he truly was, and that I had to find him myself.
You're about to make the deal of a lifetime, Mayor. The New Deal, as I like to call it. Just sign your part of the paper, and I'll save the town.
Yes. I am in a state of inner conflict.
Hello? Mr. Bailey, Mrs. Bailey, George, anyone home? Sam Munson, Daily Gazette. George, are you home?
Meh.
George, there you are. George.
Oh, hello there, Mr. Munson, Daily Gazette. I didn't see you come in.
George, listen to me. The town. Gee, George, you're sure I eat like quite the fatso, yeah?
Not quite sure what you mean there, Mr. Munson, Daily Gazette. I've always eaten like this.
Anyway, the town needs your help, George. This rock from the sky that we call the Depression has wedged itself into the tracks, and Buckley's gonna win the town if the mayor lets him use his technology to lift it up. But you, George, you can lift it.
I'm sorry. I just can't face Miss Sue now that she's gonna marry that yellow-bellied platypus.
George, you're the town's hero. You, only you, can lift the Depression. I believe in you.
Okay, it's done. Sweet Gallagher's, that crane might actually do it.
No, I don't think so.
George!
George!
Philip!
Stop right there, Buckley. I'm gonna let a real hero handle this.
You done made the biggest darn tootless mistake of your short career. You better hope sweet Susie, that George Pat Bailey, be strong enough. I don't believe it for a second.
Well, I do.
And so do I. George. George. Come on, everyone. George. 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 George.
George! I love you.
And so do I.
What in tarnation, you can't?
You really mean it, Miss Sue? Well, you've made me the happiest man in all of Townsville. But I only dropped the Depression because I had a boogie.
Now, Bolo!
So strong.
He's magnificent. He's magnanimous. He's amazing. He's wonderful. What a man he is. I wish I had half the muscle he did, and the facial hair, and everything else that he has, that you can see that he has in those spandex. Drat!
Really, he said something a little more French than that.
Ah, son of a...
But you get the idea.
Miss Sue, say, will you marry me?
Of course I will, Georgie Pooh.
So George emerged once again as Townsville's hero. He continued to save the day, and I continued to chronicle the legend of George Strong Bailey.